Hey everyone, it's Jesse. I kind of wish I could just ask you guys right now what you would say is the most important character trait for an entrepreneur to have in order to be successful, because I would love to read those comments. And certainly if you have something in mind, I'd love for you to leave it in a comment below. But I wanted to talk to you today about something that Buddy and I were talking about the other day. And it was really this question of, is there one character trait that's more important than any other for an entrepreneur to be successful? And we really came to the conclusion that that character trait, if we had to pick one, would be empathy. Now, empathy is probably the last thing that a lot of people would have put even maybe on a list of 10 character traits that are most important for an entrepreneur to have. But I'll explain to you why I really do believe that empathy is the most important. If you think about it, a business really starts with an idea. And an idea for a business really comes down to something that can fix a problem that people have in a way that they want it fixed, in a way that they value that solution so much that they're willing to pay money for it, right? And if you don't have a lot of empathy, it's going to be really difficult for you to understand exactly where other people are at and what they're feeling and what struggles or frustrations or problems they really have on a day-to-day basis. If you understand those things, and if you're really good at putting yourself in other people's shoes, it's going to be a lot easier for you to come up with great business ideas, because you're going to notice those problems. You're going to be more in tune with other people's frustrations and those types of things. And they're going to come to your attention more easily. Now, you can even take that further and say, okay, what if now that I come up with this business idea, I need to sell it to people, right? Well, if you have very low empathy, how are you going to sell a product to somebody? Because you're not going to be able to communicate the benefits of it to them in a way that is going to value, or in a way that they're going to care about. You need to be able to talk their language. And I'm always telling people, like, in your marketing and your advertising or whatever, stop talking to the person to the side of them that's, at noon on a Tuesday walking across a busy street in a suit. That doesn't work. Talk to them instead. Talk to the side of them that is laying in bed at night, staring at the ceiling and can't sleep because they're worrying about X, Y, and Z. Those worries are the things that your product should be solving. And if you don't know that, you don't know what they're worried about, what they're thinking about, what they're hoping for, it's going to be very difficult for you to sell something to them. Take it even further. Once you've started a company, you're building it, you hire employees, you get 100 employees, and all of a sudden you find out that your employees aren't super happy. The majority of them aren't very happy with their jobs. If you have low empathy, you're maybe not even going to know why. It's going to be a shock to you to find out that your employees aren't happy because you weren't in tune to how they felt. And if, on the other hand, that you'd had a high empathy score, if you've been able to really feel these things from the beginning and anticipate what people are going to want because you can put yourself in their shoes, then you're going to know to create policies and systems and processes and hire certain types of people and initiate certain types of training programs and all these things that are going to really keep your employees happy from the beginning. Ultimately, happy employees make happy customers, because once you grow to a certain point, your employees are the ones interacting with the customers. Your employees are the ones writing the advertising. Your employees are the ones delivering the product. So it really all comes down to empathy, as far as being able to anticipate the needs of other people, from your customers to your employees, everyone else. So I would say that empathy is not only extremely important in business, but in your personal life. So if that's not exactly a strong suit for you, I would encourage you really just to focus a little bit more on it and to ask yourself these questions more often. What is this person worrying about and thinking about when they're lying in bed at night? What are they most concerned about? What are they hoping the most for? And if this is just really not a strength of yours, then as your business grows, I've got some friends who have done this, as your business grows, you can hire people to manage your employees and to take care of your customers who do have high empathy scores. So empathy, to answer the question, is what I would say is the #1 most important character trait for any entrepreneur to have. It's not 100% necessary, but it does make things a whole lot easier to be successful at. So if you have an idea of a different character trait that you think is just as important or more, feel free to comment below. I would love to see it. If you have thoughts on empathy or the value of it, I want to hear that as well. Feel free to share as always, and I'll talk to you soon.